Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to 2 Point Museum, where today I think we're probably going to be able to get our 4th star. It looks to me like either activating this anomaly is going to do it, or there will only be one more step beyond that. That seems pretty under control, and we don't have a lot of spots to look for it, right? Like there's a couple of different places that have one anomaly each. Unfortunately, the expeditions are starting to take a very, very long time. So we're going to spend a lot of time just kind of sitting here waiting. How are these things even getting this dirty? Who is bringing all of this dirt in? Where is it coming from? All right. The tours are running successfully. Everything's going well. We're making money. There's not much for us to do except wait for these expeditions to come back. Our security measures are going to be evaluated. That's probably fine. I think we should do well on that. I feel like we kind of always get harassed about our analysis rooms not being very decorated, but I don't think that happens on this inspection. I don't remember which one it is. I mean, do we want to we should build something.
There's nothing to buy.
Shouldn't be just sitting here empty. We have 4 survey scanners on hand. We still have some cheese. We could build robo janitors and their associated robo thingies. Like, we should probably do something. All right, but all this stuff would require us to run expeditions out to get raw materials, which we can't actually do. So for building stuff, we're building from this menu or we're building interactive. So I guess let's build some interactives. So we have a lot of these things in here already. I don't think we have a soundstage, and a soundstage is a good sort of like general theme kind of thing. You can have any kind of experience running in there, right? Looks like we're encountering meteor mites, which is fine. As far as I can tell, the meteor mites don't actually seem to do anything. Most of the illnesses at least make the people who have them unhappy. But the meteor mites don't even seem to do that. So they just kind of spread around and everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm covered in mites. It is, I suppose, pretty odd if you think about it, that being covered in mites doesn't make you unhappier. Everybody wants to learn how to do the frog dance. I feel like it's just hard to create entertainment. Because I feel like every museum that we've had so far, no matter how many interactive exhibits we put out, we have like lines at all of them. Let's do a little soundstage experience here if you want to step inside and have like a weird time making noises. You can do it right here.
Yes, I'm reminded that you haven't seen me before.
And then we should probably actually decorate the area around this. It has no particular buzz needs, so we're getting all kinds of shiny stickers because we're doing just sort of generally good work. All the different kinds of guests are getting happy and having a good time. I like these life stations. Those are pretty cool looking. A space gibbon generator. This is how the soundstage is powered. And what else? Everybody thinks the cheese fountain looks cool. Yeah. All right, show me something useful. That is space junk. Apparently it's intimidating enough to deter criminal activity. I'm not sure why.
Cafe food tastes cheap, and that's because it is.
Oh, people want so badly to... Okay, there we go. People want so badly to donate. It behooves us to allow them to. Okay, so... Is there an anomaly here? Yeah, there's an astral anomaly here. My guess is that this is the one, because this is the one that took us the most effort to get to. But there is an anomaly at one of the frog sites too that we still haven't actually seen. I'm gonna continue prioritizing working on this one. We have an expedition out to the other one anyway already. So we'll do that, and we'll do... Doesn't really matter who. You're repairing something, you're emptying the bins. You know what? We can get you to level 5. Take our survey scanner. And that'll put us in a pretty good spot, maximum quality-wise. Be out there for 114 days.
But they're not prepared for this.
Wow, Frogborn really love coffee.
Announcement. Exhaustive expeditions may be exhausting.
You know, it might be a good idea to put down another bin over here just to be sure. Oh, quakes. Okay, we finally got the set a lily pad up to epic. Okay. The Pika lily pads are unfortunately plants and will require some botany care. I'm not sure
Before they could escape with an
if I'm ready for that.
That was a close one.
And so, of course, the astral anomaly is the thing that is still out there that we are still waiting for. Well, let's get... You're currently doing our marketing, or at least you're in the marketing office. I bet nobody's doing our marketing. Alright, let's try this one more time. Hopefully we will get the thing we're after. Yeah, storm season's unfortunate. 171 days, and we're likely to pull a thing that costs us extra time. Just really grim. Anyway, this new thing we picked up is frog stuff for sure.
That's where you work now.
So... Oh, wow, okay. That is large. I mean, I could just nudge the wall out here, right? It wouldn't... I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm gonna force a little extra room here. That bench is like very slightly in the way. Alright, and subtract this wall. Okay. Just move these things kind of into the center path. They're just distractions, basically. Okay, there's the plate. So I mean, this looks cool. It is a mountainous plant. It would love to be near a vine column. We can make that happen. Put some vine columns on either side. And then we could give it some... Daffodils don't really look like... We don't really have access to water plants here. All the stuff that looks like water plants is in the space categories. What I can do is, like, we'll throw up a botany banner. It's like, hey, check it out. From a distance, you can see there's a weird plant over there. And then when you get closer, it's like, right here, this is the weird plant. Look at that. Okay, so do I have a botany expert on staff? I don't believe I do. All right, so you know what that means. Did I send out the next expedition already? I did. All right, well, I think I'm just going to hire a botany expert. I was going to say, you know what that means. It's time to build a sprinkler. But, you know, it probably doesn't hurt us to have another person on hand.
To another episode of Digging
And I was
Deeper
going
with
to
me,
lay
Hayley
down...
Von Trowell, where we cover all things.
I was going to lay down our new piece of space junk in that same kind of area, but that thing is way too big to accept. Oh, wow. Also, this is much bigger than I thought it was going to be. Can I move this further into the corner? Does it go? Oh, no, there's a bathroom door there. It's probably pretty important. Is that anywhere near enough space? That is probably just enough space. If I move this to here... Yeah, okay. It's like I can get the thing down, but I can't quite. I can get it down, but I can't get it accessible. That should be better. There's more space in front of it now. It's not even a good exhibit. It's a common level. It really is just space junk. Whatever. It's Buzz, you know?
Rubbish exhibits.
I can only be so upset.
We're going live to the Bone Belt to see if an unheard of pair of scientists can prove.
Okay, who wants
human
in?
levitation
Photographic
is
memory,
possible.
family friendly.
But first, this listener's theory from
Yeah,
General
welcome
Tyrell
aboard.
Coppersnout, retired,
And
who
we will
puts
prefer
forward a
people
practical
who
idea for
don't have
speeding up
skills yet, so we can train them up as we need them. Film star Roderick Cushion is going to be visiting. Our security camera found that... Oh, wow. Our security review found that there were not enough cameras, and my camera booth is not level 2.
Archaeologists should instead utilize
That's true.
landmines
Huh.
and superglue. I'm just going to stop there. In fact,
What happens if you...
started.
What is the meaning of an upgrade on this?
Guests are reminded
I
to
guess
treat celebrities
I'll
like
hit it.
normal people, only better.
Okay, hold on. People are engaging with this thing. I want to see. I want to see if this does anything terribly special. Professor's fascinated by it. Is making sketches. Everybody's enjoying looking at the plants that look back at them. That seems like fun, I guess. Oh, one of these types of cells is not maximally knowledgeified. We can fix that. That's good for us in a bunch of ways. It feels like this plant should do something, right? It's got me a little nervous. Alright, it's always people who are on tour,
Consider
right?
resigning, not just me.
Alright, I'm gonna bump his pay, even though this is not a big deal for him. Like his problem, of course, hugely, is that he's been giving a tour for like 8 months.
Escaping. For you.
And so he's tired, and he needs to pee. This is always the way with these
An
people.
exhibit needs restoring. Typical.
Do I have enough security guards? I probably do.
Announcement. Analysis complete. Learn anything good?
Maybe. Alright. We're about to get our expedition back here. Hopefully, something of some value. Is that... Wow, that was a whole... Okay.
The expedition team have returned with an illness. Someone has meeting.
With skills like that, it's kind of remarkable that he chooses to work here instead of, you know, on the internet. fly scream. There's a fly in my scoop. I mean, it's cool that it's another pristine artifact. Our frog-born artifacts area is getting a little overfilled, and once again, this is not not the fucking astral anomaly, but
Knights, welcome, space virus.
again, you can only be so mad, I guess. Oh, Roger Cushion enjoyed their visit so much that they left a statue of themselves. Do they think this counts as an exhibit? Well, all right, okay. So, let us go back in and try again. God damn it! At least it's a low, impact expedition. But like, what if it just gave me the damn thing instead of being difficult?
Sale at the ticket booth, or they will be when someone starts working there.
Okay. So the statue of Roderick it wants to be near a donation stand.
Please excuse the exhibit that requires restoration.
I guess I'm just gonna put it like here. Here's all this stuff about the cheesemongers, and also Roderick Cushion. Roderick thinks this is a pretty great museum. Just so you know, just throwing that in there. What was I about to do? Oh, right, this other exhibit that we pulled. Okay? It's not very large. We can find room for this. If I tuck this thing off to the side a little bit more, I can make room on this wall, maybe. Obviously, I can also maneuver the walls if I need to. So let's say that we pull this thing back to here for a moment.
Attention, guests feeling bored are reminded that they're not all that.
I mean, I wouldn't want to tuck this directly in front of it. Ugh, boggy men. That could be a legitimate problem. It has been a couple of times in the past. Is your buzz? You want to be near a lily pad planter? Listen, don't we all? Do we have a Frogborn tour going? We do, right? Yeah, here it is.
Security guard to empty donation stand.
What if it included these two extra pristine exhibits? What's going on at Hyperway? The expedition flies past a strange device floating in deep space. Your team seems to remember passing a similar device shortly after leaving Earth. Well, I mean, obviously, go touch it. Yep, in a flash of light, your ship disappears, then materializes beside Earth. Some of the team believe this was obviously going to happen. Oh, I agree. But, like, what if it had been something else? I think the small amount of extra time there, especially when you consider the total duration of that expedition, was worth the thing that was very likely to occur. I'm going to put down... We are routinely running out of donation headroom here. I'm going to put down a second bin. This bin sadly does not have the same coverage.
And we're back.
I guess if I put down one that did have
Word of a new
good coverage, I worry that it's obscuring the board.
Dedicated to people's rubbish. Located at the former 2 Point Refuge
Okay,
tip,
can't move that back any further.
exhibits will include crowd pleasers
All right.
such as a decayed...
Please show me the astral anomaly. Okay, this could be a sting thing, right? That could be a sort of a scorpion shape. And it gives space hugs. This space anomaly is currently not understood. It may have a deeper meaning, but we're not the people to ask. So...
toxic classic trash mountain for the kids to climb on, lucky dip skips, and a giant furnace powered.
What are we talking about here? We need... That's not what I meant to do. I meant to put it on the ground. Okay, well, it looks like it's actually lit up already. That symbol and that symbol. So yeah, over here is not a crazy place for this, actually. Oh, that is not what I was expecting it to do. That is a universal grasper. I guess it does, in fact, give space hugs.
And
it would like to be near a space probe.
Former purpose are purely coincidental.
This one.
Offers a range of food and drink at alarmingly affordable prices. Announcement: after some delays, the expedition team are back again.
Okay, well, turns out not a useful piece of gear, but we did need to find out. We did need to eliminate it. I guess I need to ask myself if I want to put this on the tour somehow. And sure, we'll show off your expressionist statues. Hey, no problem with that. We can put it like right next to the space junk. This is Earth junk. All right, come on, fingers crossed. A pristine version of the thing we're looking for. Yep, there we go, Stellar Sting. With 2 of the same symbols on it, and I think that's the thing we just picked up. So actually, it was necessary.
Museum security are watching for your safety. You feel safe?
Yeah, it was necessary to get that so that we could have this.
Thieves were caught before they could escape with an exhibit. That was a close one.
Alright, it seems a 4th glyph is active on your astral anomaly. You must be close to solving the mystery. Indeed. I can't believe how dense this area is getting. We have so many exhibits. There's no way we could be doing reasonable tours over here. Okay, some lily pad stuff unlocked. Curly flies? I get that's okay. That's for the cafeteria, I guess. Now that you've wrung the Frogborn dry of their galactic wisdom, you're left to figure things out for yourself. That's enough of copying people's homework.
How many advanced civilizations does it take to solve a galactic mystery? 4 and counting, according to research at the county's Space Museum, as another alien civilization joins the efforts to understand the astral anomalies, completing the quadrant of cosmic confusion. The ever-growing assembly still has lots of questions and plenty of languages to ask them in.
And oh cool, more space garbage is getting teleported into my museum while we're watching the cinematic. Alright, the original astral anomaly has responded to the museum's collection, coming to life and spitting out what seem to be coordinates. If these are the last traces of the astral anomalies, we may be able to reverse diagnose their navigation, investigate all the discovery sites, and find out where they've been coming from.
Disinterested guests are reminded that not everything
Okay,
has to
so
be
just
passed.
discover the source of the astral anomalies. No big deal. You're coming to evaluate my collection of space exhibits? I feel like I'm going to do pretty alright on that. Alright, so...
Announcement. Our collection of space exhibits.
Not the biggest map. Turn a monthly profit over 10k. Well, that obviously is going to happen very quickly. And then there's just this stuff. So let's let Halley's Comet unlock naturally. If I just stop doing stuff, I think we'll probably hit the amount we need on the next evaluation. I suppose I could sell some of these off. I don't know that the money from those contributes to other stuff. What's going on here? Okay, we have people lining up because there is
The gift shop is fantastic.
there's only one ticket counter open.
Strange.
We have been running a Frogborn specific campaign for a long time, but our Frogborn like tours and everything have gotten really good. So I guess it seems fine to keep that up.
Attention. Thieves have been prevented from escaping. Phew.
And like I said, I think all we need is to wait for month end and see what profit we pull. Okay, well that says negative 3,600. That's obviously not representative. Right? I don't think so. Are people actually getting stung by this thing? Should I be worried? Boy, I'd be so reluctant to get even like close to that thing. It doesn't look like it is actually stinging anybody. It's just kind of hanging there.
Guests are prepared for certain levels of monotony, but they're not prepared for this.
I know I'm not changing things. I'm not being exciting, but I'm trying to make sure that our money goes up at the end of the month instead of that we are understood to have saved. And it seems like it's a pretty significant value now, right? There it is. Okay. The fluctuations are wild. Aha. And here we have a black hole, which is probably the answer. Okay, is any staff? Oh, that's interesting. So this is probably not actually like mechanically useful though. 40 days, 10k. Yeah, all right. So obviously we're going to want to bring a level of survival skills to avoid the cave collapse. We're going to need relatively high levels of other stuff. We want to make sure that we bring we want to make sure that we bring our piloting skills. And then sadly the team cannot quite make it past the helicopter crash yet. But what we can do is bring just about any security guard and then also some of this stuff, and I'm going to need to make more.
Security are operating in this area. It's a bit tense, isn't it?
How feasible is that? What am I doing? I need the tools category. Here we go. This is not the last time we're going to have to visit that particular comet, is my suspicion. Okay, sorry, a little hardware issue there. We're back though, and we are sending out expeditions. Let's do a thing. Let's go to outer space. You know, I haven't really thought too hard about the fact that we are a museum with our own space program up until now, but logistically, yeah, just in terms of the budgets and stuff involved, that's a little wild, I suppose. So there's just one sector left on our map. I'm very interested to see if we expand out into that. So this, we just need to wait for that expedition to come back, and they're 70 days out. Do I want to pick up more Frogborn stuff? Do we have all of the Cheesemonger artifacts? Because we still definitely have space over there. There's space junk that's still available. Okay, the answer is yeah, we pretty much have all the cheeseburger stuff. But, I mean, I guess we may as well go in and pull up... I don't know, maybe, like... In terms of actually getting things done, in terms of, you know, advancing our objectives, maybe we just chill. Maybe we just, like, take it easy for a second here. Over here we get the Space Gibbon stuff, and our Space Gibbon area is pretty full, but it looks like we have at least one of everything. I don't know, maybe we go back to the Space Gibbon, the race circuit. You know, we could get some pretty cool perks here. And we've got a couple of people who could get us past the meteor mites. Yeah. So here, because all the rewards are perks and money, our survey level probably isn't going to matter. So I guess just send like bonus XP. Yeah, no sense doing it detailed. I guess we could go speedy because we already have piloting covered. So why not? There is some chance of helicopter damage. Even so, there is some chance of helicopter damage. Oh. Hey. I just happened to be looking over here. How do you get this ship out of there? That's fucking incredible. I can't believe that shit. All right, do we have a security guard who is on this, or do I need to pull somebody? It does look like we did not have anybody on it. All right, Magnus, welcome aboard. Get him. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. That's brutal. We can't show that on camera. The camera thing is not quite set up to catch that, or I don't know. Maybe they would have responded if I hadn't responded. The inspection rating for our space thing. Few exhibits had active buzz bonuses. You know, there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't. Because again, like there was a period where we were getting a lot of things that like wanted a hologram, or you know, one of the things that we didn't have unlocked yet. We can for sure turn some of this stuff on though now. Throw a generator just kind of like back here. That'll give us 5 buzz on this. Yeah, here we're missing 5. Hold on, we'll come back to this in just a second. Let me pop open our crate o perks. Did we get anything cool? We got $10,000. That's really not even an amount of money that I care about. We damaged the helicopter for that. All right, we're really just kind of waiting. I don't need to keep sending out expeditions. Anyway, things that are missing 5 buzz. You also want the Space Gibbon generator. It's just not close enough to. There we go. Put this like right here. Okay. You are missing a Space Gibbon bollard, which I think we have. It's one of these, right? No, space. That's a different kind of column. There are a lot of columns. There are a lot of space decorations that are just like a column. Space Gibbon bollard. Here we go. Level 24. Damn. They're just really like. There's just really a lot of levels of enlightenment to unlock. I have not been diligent. It's not the, you know, that's the thing we could be doing, right? We could be sending people out to get things just to put in the knowledge grinder. A Space Gibbon rock, is it significantly different from other rocks? It is, in fact, and I do not have the stuff for it. Okay, we have shown off their Impressionist statue enough times. Even more money for us. At this point, we could afford a 3rd helipad, but I don't even have stuff to do with my 2nd helipad. Also, it does seem like maybe we need more assistance. Josiah Silver is greedy, a bad egg, and can't figure out which way is forward on picture day. So maybe you're not the winner. You, customer service, yeah. Customer service is good. Welcome aboard. Go find something to do. And you know what? I am going to hire on one more security guard because it seems like we're having a lot of like criminal vandal type problems. Maureen Horn. Okay, sea legs and snake charmer don't seem too relevant, but strolling surveillance is good. Go find something to do. All right, we sustained a lot of injuries. It was a big rock slide. But at the same time, we found just a normal, that's the most basic suspended space rock. Well, all right. Hold on, I guess just put that in my inventory for a second. So, running an expedition there didn't show us anything new. Well, let's unlock this. Okay, we didn't actually have to take a trip. I was kind of thinking that we might have to go into the black hole and then we'd get like warped somewhere, but just unlocking it was enough to be able to see that in fact we do have to do that. Yeah, never mind. 10 guest reviews of at least 5 stars I think shouldn't be a problem. People are giving us 5-star reviews, right? 5-star reviews start at 81% if I'm not mistaken. So all we have to do is run somebody out to the black hole, and when we do this it's going to reconfigure them, right? Swap trait. It's gonna, we don't actually know what that means. So let's send somebody who we're not like reliant on the traits of. Somebody who's got like some levels. It doesn't even have to be somebody who's got levels. It's gonna fuck up their traits though. I don't know. Do we have somebody who has traits that we don't like? How many people do we have? Actually, that's kind of interesting. The curses are stored in the trait slots, it looks like. So maybe we could send cursed people and see if we can turn their curses into permanent traits. I think let's try that. So Jackie, yeah, family unfriendly and I'm a frog. Let's go ahead and swap you over. We'll send you an expedition journal. If we go speedy, you'll probably damage the helicopter. There's a chance, I guess, if we go speedy, there's a chance you won't get reconstituted. So we definitely don't want to do that. And this should only take 40 days. Well, isn't that something? Let's fly the helicopter into a black hole. Actually, when you think about it, it is kind of weird that the speedy thing has a chance of damaging the helicopter, considering that it's probably the spaceship, which should not be the helicopter that's going fast, but all right. Well, we don't have much of a choice. One more trip and we'll be able to triangulate the origin point of the astral anomalies. The mystery is almost over. Yeah, we're working on it.
Medical attention in the museum before going to a hospital.
This has been an interesting one. I do really appreciate the sort of like puzzle of activating the anomalies.
An expedition.
And also, this area is like, it's map-wise, it's pretty simple. Yo, what the fuck is going on? How do we never have people selected? How do we never have people collecting the donations? I have 3 people assigned a donation collection, and none of them are actually getting the job done. Wait, where was that map? Sorry, the last person was, it centers the map here, and then it immediately moves it over when I close it. The system's a little busted. But so they should have been somewhere around here, right? Like I don't even see a security guard here. What's your deal? You're trying to turn into a vampire. You're just a goth. Kind of a flock of seagulls thing going on. All right, well, guess what? Your job right now, I don't know what you were doing, but your job now is fucking take the stuff out of the bins. I don't understand why it's so hard to keep our security guards taking the stuff out of the bins.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth.
Seems like a very straightforward part of the job to me.
Greetings. Today you're in fantastic company because you're joined by me, Sir
All right,
Nigel
so
Bickleworth,
aside from that,
the only DJ
let's just
on
wait and
Truthwood
watch. I
Radio.
do feel bad that I kind of like left all this empty space and then we didn't end up developing
Enjoy
it,
while you can.
but it is what it is.
Poor vandalizing. We stopped them.
All right, at least we're actually catching the vandals now. We're producing so much more rank cheese than I could ever possibly use. Do we know what... So, like, here's the thing with the VIPs is there is a way to know, because sometimes we know what things they prioritize, but it doesn't tell you. Yeah, it doesn't always tell you in like the arrival email, and then you just get this thing, and it's like, we should check the place over. Like, what could I realistically? What could I do to optimize for the traits that she wants? Especially if I don't know what they are, right? Like, I don't really. It's not. It seems a little bit difficult to me to get any kind of value out of that.
Staff requires medical.
Hey, check it out. Here's a big potato or whatever. Space potato. We can put down some decorations while we're waiting. Oh, never mind. We're not waiting anymore. A strange superstructure at the edge of the known universe. This is where the astral anomalies are coming from. But why? Well, I guess let's go find out. So there's 2 anomalies left. One of them is critical to our goal here. My assumption is that the other one is probably a component for the one that finishes the thing. And we need to hit a combined rank of 40 to not lose people. So I think I'm going to be glad that I built all that extra rank cheese. We don't really need any other traits. It's cool that surprise supplies can give you a perk. I mean, like, actually, there's so many events here too. You could not hit 40 and just like hope, right? But we can bring an 8 and a 7, an assistant. We have a level 9 assistant, and we can't really beat. I mean, we can get to 30. We can get to 30 pretty cleanly, and then just rank cheese it. And then from there, basically everything's positive, right? I mean, obviously stepped in lava is not positive, but there's a couple positives. Yeah, all right, 114 days. Go for it, kids. It is a real shame that you can't send multiple expeditions to the same place at the same time, because I 100% would be doing that here. But I guess if you could, then the optimal strategy would be even more based on getting multiple helicopters than it is now, and just like flurrying new places as soon as you get them unlocked. All right, let's get this corner decorated while we wait. Does this want anything? I wish things are so like, it's so hard to just keep a menu open while you're looking at other things. Okay, it just wants a life station. Why can't the things on the left just stay open while I play with the things on the right? You know?
Medical attention. Thank you.
I'll put one of these over here. Okay. Still like a lot of days. And I suppose like we could get a little bit more total buzz going by featuring these cells just kind of like in the general area over here. I don't know, honestly, like just lining them up against the wall.
Museum security are watching for your safety.
At this point, we may as well. It doesn't harm anything. It's weird that they're stored in my inventory with like random rotations. Sorry, didn't mean to scare everybody. Okay, do these need anything super special? Probe, floating balls, hologram, space button, wall display. They need everything. They all need different stuff. You actually need some of that stuff as well. I didn't realize that this thing wasn't maxed out. Okay, well, this is like it's a fun gravity toy, right? And then we need a space button wall display.
Thrilled with the price of the cafe.
A hologram, our first actual hologram, I think. It seems to be a hologram of the space potato, which is not actually that impressive hologram-wise. And what am I missing? A space probe. Also, one of these. Everybody seems very impressed with these, and that's weird because I don't even know what they are. Okay. Are we feeling pretty decorated now? Yeah, things are mostly pretty high. There's some stuff still missing. You're not close enough to a life station. You're kind of far away from the walls in general. Okay, we might be able to fix this. If I throw a life station over here.
Announcement. Stolen
Yeah,
exhibit
that's
has been retrieved.
That's close enough to things. And
No
then
one takes our stuff.
a hologram is going to resolve a lot of the other issues. We'll just put that in the center. Okay, is everything looking green now? Mostly pretty green. Why are you missing 15? You need a space button wall display, which we absolutely can do. Okay, it must have just been dirty. It was getting cleaned as we were looking at it. Space button wall display right about there. Okay. Now this room should be... Yeah, everything's maxed out. All the buzz bonuses are activated. Okay. Yep, Jasmine did in fact leave us something. They enjoyed it so much they've given us one of their special golden records. So she may have a lot of them, but it's still special. I agree. That does seem special. We'll just put this in an area of...
And now, Sir
I mean,
Nigel
the
will
famous
use
people row,
when
I
take
suppose.
out the red pen and tell you what to like and when. Today we're talking about the Jumbo Museum. It's Jumbo McNally's admirable combination of boundless wealth and historical avarice that makes Jumbo Museum an exhilarating...
Alright, we did in fact eat the injury, because of course we did. Just our luck. We got an entertainment boost perk, which is cool. And this is the Podium of Pain. This space anomaly is currently not understood, but, you know, I have a guess or two. The mysterious glyphs on this exhibit must be doubly important relative to the others. Alright, back to my inventory.
Eyes and the purse string.
And can we still hit the values we're looking to hit without Kaya? Because we did just barely make it, right? If we bring Aubrey Bog and then our highest level... No, we have to bring Sylvia, which means... Oh no, we do have a pilot, that's right. Our first person had pilot. Okay, so yeah, we can, in fact, just barely avoid destroying the entire spaceship and also the archives. Pretty good, seems wise. Alright, you go get the thing.
The world's most precious exhibits have been pried away
And
from
let's
the
figure out
steady
where
hands of the
this needs to
general
be.
public, never to be seen again.
So this is
Not
activated
you
by
anyway. 6 in your dreams,
you
out of a possible no chance.
and
Check out the deals in the gift shop.
I know we've seen that other symbol. Well, actually, what is the symbol on this one? Oh, it's this kind of the light bloom here is making it very difficult to see. Actually, the second symbol on this doesn't look like anything we have.
We stopped them.
Let's not stress too much until the other thing comes back. Okay, we're coming to evaluate cultural value. None of my ticket booths are staffed. How? How would that be the case? Okay, I think it was just the case for a minute. I guess we sent 2 assistants out for stuff, right, on the trip, but Clarabelle Wizard, you're hired, because it feels like we are legitimately assistant short. Yeah, let me see what the symbol is on the other device that's coming back from there.
Educational merits are being inspected.
Because maybe that's this. You know where I saw this symbol before? It's on one of the prehistoric things. What's going on, man? Okay, your pay satisfaction's not high, but also, yeah, you're just like thirsty and stuff. You just ran a long and difficult tour. Being a tour guide seems to make everybody kind of irritable. He sat down. He could buy some morselmen or... Oof, staff room's real far away. And there's no staff door in this wall.
Exhibit requires restoration.
Please don't go to the bathroom in that.
It's a shambles.
I can fix that here. He's not going to repair. Oh, well, he's just going to this bathroom anyway. But he needs to hit the staff area. Actually, probably the good thing to do here would be to put a staff room right here with exits out in both directions. But I think we're close enough to being done with this museum that I'm not going to bother. But there is there's a cave painting that has that symbol on it, that middle symbol. So that might be, that might refer to the other element. And having that refer to one of the last space elements you get a hold of is actually kind of interesting, because I had wondered if anything, like if the cave painting would light up, if anything would happen if it was placed near that thing. That said, even with this, with this referring to that, how close do I have to get it before that lights up? Okay, it's considered fine here.
Some of you don't know what botany means, but you're in the right place.
I guess I would place it facing outward, right? Because the people will walk around in the circle, and then they could come down here. Yeah. Is there a good spot on this wall for a door? Because there really probably ought to be an employee door on this wall too. This won't work because it'll conflict with the spacing there.
Announcement. An exhibit needs restoring. Typical.
Also, you know what else I need to do? I need to install a map display or something, because I am probably losing a lot of people before they get to the gift shop. We're probably having a lot of people decide that they are done, and oh, right, knowledge stands. We are having a knowledge stand problem over by the frogboard stuff. I have not made sure that we have knowledge coverage. Yeah, this is not quite getting all of the frog-born stuff, but this is close enough to get the southern stuff anyway. Like that should make sure everything's covered.
Staff threatening to leave. Please check if you care.
Okay. All right, please tell me it's not just another copy of the first thing. The puzzle piece. Excellent. This space anomaly is currently not understood. It may have a deeper meaning, purpose, or function, blah, blah, blah. This one's intriguing. So, I'm missing one, then, I think. I think we are legitimately missing... you are huge. Okay. Why is there a water fountain just kind of out in the middle of nowhere over here? That's bizarre. This is from... I don't know what this is from. A time long ago when I had a different decoration scheme. Okay, so let me put this down. Okay, so this thing has that symbol on it, of course. It has the stinger symbol, and what is that? Have we seen that one? Am I missing two anomalies? There's a triangle, but no, this is like it's almost like a manta ray sort of thing. And yeah, we're missing that as well. Because we could move the stinger closer. For sure we could move the stinger closer and have it still turned on. But I legitimately do not recognize some of the symbols that we are being confronted with. What is the symbol on this thing? This thing is like a dog bone. Okay, yeah. Well, no, that's very interesting. That's very interesting stuff. If I were to put this over here somewhere, would it still be active itself?
No, get back!
No. It's possible that I will have to redesign this area.
Get this man a cold drink and a chair to sit at. His blood's gone lumpy and his moustache has fallen off. Witness supernatural mystery.
Okay, if I put that there, it reads the bug. It won't read this thing until this thing is turned on. Okay, one problem at a time. Well, first of all, space button wall display. So obviously we can do something about that. There you go, friend. And then also, what if there were a cheese succulent over here? Right, pretty fancy stuff. Put these down. These look really important. There we go. Okay. And then let's talk about the space anomalies that I didn't manage to pull. So we have all the rewards from there. There's no rewards to be had from there. Okay, there are two additional... there are two things actually at Halley's Comet. We just happened to get the least useful thing the one time we went there. Okay. Well, so piloting, we need... but we need a point of survival skill in order to avoid a cave collapse. We need a janitor. We don't have any janitors of a particularly high level who aren't injured. I guess I'm going to send you, and then we're already over the level for being able to rank cheese, and in fact, there is a version of this where we get some XP on some people, and we manage to not even need the rank cheese. Unfortunately, even then, we're talking about a lot of injuries. Yeah, this is just, it's messy. It's dangerous. It's dangerous space travel.
Thursdays at 9.
Are my bandage boxes at maximum use?
Staff requires medical attention.
Well, I guess it's actually bandage box singular, isn't it? We only have one staff room in this museum, and it's only got one bandage box in it. Okay, you know what?
Exhaustive expeditions may be exhausting.
I'm gonna maybe actually do a little bit of redesign here. I think I am gonna make that staff room I was talking about. So I move this over to here. I guess we can maybe even. Okay. Let's
Attention. Thieves have been prevented from escaping.
move this door, and I'm gonna put the staff room down right here, just like I said. It doesn't need to be very big, but it does need to have room for a staff door on each side and a bandage box, place to sit down. We love a little computer for people to do stuff on. Everybody loves free coffee and food in the staff room, and that absolutely is like at the bare minimum stuff that your workplace should be providing. like a water cooler. People should have access to water. Listen, not everybody wants to drink coffee.
Food and drink at alarmingly affordable prices.
Okay, and then is there anything else that we want to throw in here? I mean, we could like give them a video game system if they wanna engage in some video games. And a lot of sort of seismic events. There we go. And then do we have like a bulletin board or something? Is that not one of the items for this room? No, it is. We just never have had one before, but I would like to put one on the wall, please, because I feel like it'll make this area look like it makes more sense. Okay. It's only decoration level 2, but I think it's functional. Do it. All right.
Security guard to empty donation stand.
Our scholastic inspection was exceptional. All info stands had high knowledge. Most tours had high knowledge. Fantastic. We have actually broken down a lot of things, right? The thing is, like, I'm talking about how far away we are from enlightenment levels that would allow us to actually place the stuff that we want to place. There's so many decorations that we don't have unlocked. But the fact is, we have done a ton of enlightenment work in this museum. It's just that they expect you to have done so much.
Stolen exhibit has been retrieved from thieves.
In part, I think, because they're giving you free exhibits all the time. But you know, you only get so many points off of those. And look at that, we have so many people coming in. I can probably stick another donation stand in here somewhere without breaking up the flow too much. That'll help. People have one more spot to put things. Okay, I'm not too worried about the meteor mites. I am worried about the broken face. I feel like a lot of people's faces get injured at this museum in particular. It's probably not great. Our Glassdoor ratings are probably really screwed up. We pay well. We're responsive to employee concerns, but you really gotta watch. You really gotta watch your face. Stuff is going to happen to it. Sorry, Kaya's got to be the one to come through here. Then we need. We lost our pilot, but we do have another pilot. I guess you're on a break, so you're coming. And then that leaves me with, we're over the thing already, so could be anybody. Let's not lose anybody in a huge fire, in a huge traumatic fire.
Medical attention. Thank you.
And then let's have a look at this new thing, the drop platform. So this has got that manta ray symbol on it, fantastic. And it is short dog bone, which is unfortunate because that's on... Oh, no, it's actually not that far away. Yeah, we could place this here, and that'll probably be good enough to make that live. Indeed. And that's got that symbol on it. And presuming that the one thing we're missing is that device, then we're all good, except for the fact that I can't necessarily guarantee that I'll actually be able to get all the stuff within range of what it needs to be in range of. We may end up having to redesign this room a little bit,
Our gift shop
which would be
has
a shame.
Low prices. It's the gift that keeps on gifting.
I could probably expand the gift shop. It's not really very large, and it's been a long time since... Are we not selling any onesies? What was I thinking? The onesie stand is definitely one of my favorite items because I do think that it's adorable to see the kids running around the museum in the onesies. Part of the problem here is... Oh, no, we have a freestanding... There's one right there. Oh. Are these posters new? They might be. I don't remember seeing those before, but those are cool. Okay, I do see that we ran into the broken face event.
It's no longer presentable.
Okay. Yeah, this is gonna help people.
Sir
This is
Nigel
good.
Bickleworth on 2 Point Radio. Welcome back, ye of little taste. Don't fear, your cultural sommelier is here. Why am I rhyming today? Never mind. This is
We have an exhibit collector coming to
my
City Museum, but
smell
obviously
my
there is
cash.
no
If you need
no
cash,
reason for us to
take
sell
a
anything.
sniff at this. Today's correspondence comes from Wilma Dunstable Saunders, who writes, "How come you never take song requests?" Well, Wilma, perhaps I would.
I probably should have switched that at
just
some point
this
earlier.
once, if you'd only cared to ask. This one's for you, Wilma. Take it.
All
or
right,
leave
and with
it.
this, like, in theory, I could be
Museum.
nudging the corners of other maps that we haven't fully unlocked yet, or something. You know, because we are going to do one final map here, and it might be nice to have everything fully unlocked and whatnot. But to be perfectly honest with you, like, so much of the stuff is going to require things like that, stuff that we're just not prepared for. That I think we might end up just wanting to handle that sort of stuff in the final museum, or like unlocks that have to do with a lot of specific kinds of buzz, maybe going back to some of the older museums and just massaging them until we can unlock the point of interest, and then working it from the new museum or whatever. And actually, that might well be a thing worth doing. Going back and just nudging everything open.
Unless you're a thief, you can keep going.
Okay, so this final, hopefully final, exhibit. Always with the broken face. You know, we can't hit any of the positive events. If we get 2 events out of a group of 5, it's always going to be the worst ones. That's a star cannon. Huh. Increases guest desire to stay in the museum. Well, so it needs triangle and that stuff. Okay. So this is the thing that was spoken of on that wall carving. Very curious if those 2 items actually interact.
Staff should seek medical attention in this
So
museum
unfortunately,
before going
this is another thing that requires this device to be proximal. Wow, we got that at a very low quality too. That's crazy. So these things both require that.
Announcement. Vandal caught in the act. What a bad guest.
Maybe I can swap it, because what does it need? Its needs are no longer obvious. Let me try just... Whoa. Okay, cool. Try just swapping these 2 in their spots here. Because I bet that will be close enough. Is this where the front of this thing is? Yeah. And then obviously we have to... Well, let me make sure that that's close enough. It looks like it's not. No, it's not. Okay, that's lit. And then we need the other thing that kind of looks like an S. Is that... What object is that? I know I've seen that before. Oh, I moved... It was the... it was the thing I moved away. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Everything's fine. How about we swap you and you, because you have approximately the same footprint. Gosh, I sure wish I could rotate these things smaller amounts. Are you still active? Okay, everything's active now. He's going to try to go off. And they're going to try to end the thing. But hold on a second. I just want to fix the order of my tour. It's actually not even that screwed up. There we go. The length is only okay. And it doesn't include any of the new stuff. But also it would be hard to do that. Also, I guess it doesn't include this. That's weird. Obviously that shouldn't be at the end. But I guess that was just never... I had left that out when we set up the tour route a million years ago, and... so it needs to be like 2 more spaces up. There we go. 681. You know, it's pretty good. All right, confirm. Now that we have all the things, we could obviously redesign this to a greater extent, and probably... Obviously, the way I wanted to do it here was to have a central core of the power cells, and then... you know, have like the tendrils of dependent devices hang off the sides. That probably still works as a design, but yeah, I'd have to spend some time with it now that we have everything. In any case, we've got everything live now. The astral anomalies seem to be from a distant advanced civilization known as the Anomalonians. Each of their devices has helped your museum and brought our civilizations together. Was this their plan all along? Seems unlikely.
Hi, I'm Hayley Von Trowell, and you're listening to Digging Deeper, the show about archaeology, science, the ever-mysterious, and intergalactic puppet masters. Yes, later in the show, we'll be joined live by Monty Barnett at the Space Museum to talk about the super-advanced alien civilization that brought together 4 different planets for currently unknown purposes.
For the Space
Theories
Museum,
ranging
obviously.
From innocent party games to sinister riddling, Monty will give us his verdict. Oh, no he won't. He's missed his flight. Of course he has.
We have our own space program. I bet we could deliver him. All right, and that is another 5-star museum. Seems you've been executing some kind of elaborate and inscrutable plan from the Anomalonians. In truth, I'm hurt. I'm the one that's supposed to give the elaborate and inscrutable orders. The known universe map looks really cool. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and hit continue here because, first of all, I am going to tell this person, no, absolutely not. But secondly, I would like to have a little bit of a look at the, yeah, this device.
Some of them do bite.
What does it do? This one's just going to presumably fire projectiles into the sky. That makes me a little nervous.
It's that time of
But I'm
the
curious
show
what this
where
one
I
does.
close
Okay,
up
you get
shop, collect my debts,
drawn up off the
and
ground
make off with the ball we
and...
were all playing with. Yes, I'm definitely serious.
Okay,
I've
no
long
big
insisted
deal,
on
it
bringing-
seems like. The perception desk has given you a space gift. Is that one? Now that this is open, yeah, it is called the perception desk. So it just boosts buzz, knowledge, and happiness. Might be a good idea to have it a little bit earlier in the museum, because I'd hate to think of people giving up before they get to this wonderfully review boosting device. But overall, yeah, that's pretty good. And then over here we have... This increases guests' desire to stay in the museum. We knew that. Movement speed bonus. Oh yeah, check out the check out the Frogborn. Just taking a little rest. Okay. Is this stuff all low on... Oh yeah, it's just the decoration in this corner is not good. Holograms, space probe, floating balls. You know, just kind of put a smattering of space objects nearby, and we'll all be happy. Kind of like a hologram here and some space probes, and I don't know. From here, there's balls and they're floating around because it's outer space or whatever, you know. Okay, this right here is a high buzz room. And with that, I'm feeling pretty good about our Space Museum as a whole, except for, unfortunately, the usage of the space. See, if I were going to like sort of close this off in a more formal sense, probably what I would do here is I would shut all this off behind a wall, have the door be like right here, and have this redesigned so you go through the space anomaly area in a U shape. I'd probably actually like open this up a little bit so we have a little bit more room to play with these, and obviously redesign the way they're seated so that it's a little bit more comprehensible of a flow. Right now it's pretty arbitrary. There's just kind of like stuff all over the place outside of the initial tour. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I think we've done good work here. Sure, I'll show your elaborate torso. Just wants to be near an info stand, and that'll do. It's junk, it goes with the junk. Okay, so with that, we have been promoted to Curator Class 9, and all that is left is, museums can now get to 8 stars, damn. All that is left is to reach Curator Class 10 by completing the final museum, the only one left untouched, up here in the Pointy Mountains. The old curator of the 2-Point Museum went missing without warning or intention. Well, they did leave a note, but that went missing too. Until now. It's spooky. It's a little bit spooky. It's a little bit foreboding. Come back next time when we begin to tackle that. And we'll see you then.